But you see, like, there's a somewhat hype, kind of. Mostly, like, I go for sneakers. You could figure out. I go for, like, sneakers that have certain meaning. People don't really understand. I have too much about why am I collecting these, or why I wear these, or why they're not all just, like, retros or series. Just different shoe has a different meaning. But I try to go for, like, the ultimate girl kind of status. Not really girls, but like meaning like that shoe is a girl, or that shoe is like it's something different. People don't understand, but so I'm probably you can watch videos that I do and you understand. I don't explain too much, but I try to just show the shoe. So this next shoe is the Jordan 1 Retro High Defiant Couture, whatever. There's like a lot of hidden features in this shoe. Like you have the reflective toe box, if you can see underneath. It's like reflective under there. So like, there's a long story about this shoe. So this shoe came out like kind of this year, roughly early this year. The Jordan 1s were like kind of dying out. People were tired of these crazy designs and these mids and all this, but they weren't gonna sell no OGs or like similes of the Retro 1 silhouettes that Jordan wore, just because of the, you know, the hype and people like fighting over the shoe and trying to get the shoes. And it was like just like dangerous to have releases like that. So they were coming out with a bunch of different styles. So this was one of them. This shoe, the story behind this shoe, I found out about this shoe on like apps and different stuff. And I was kind of like, dude, that shoe looks dope. Like, it's cool. They were making a big deal about it. But then when it came out, people were like, yo, that shoe's fucking hideous. It's all leather. It's ugly. It's cheap. It's just like a red stripe going through it. So I like went to the store. I seen a pair. And I was like, dude, I kind of like those. Like, but then I was kind of like, are they the bands? People were like, no, they're not the bands. Imitation version of the bands. And then I was kind of like looking at the commercials that Jordan had, the bands, and on the bands it was a red X, I believe it was red or black on the Jordan 1 retro band, the high top, the breads, I think they're called the breads, or the band breads. So it has an X on the back, but this was red, and on the band it was like a black X, or it was a black X inside, or a black one outside, or red. So I was like, it can't be bands because the stripes are red, and on the OG bands it's black, so that didn't make sense. But when I saw this shoe, I was like, dude, it has to be band, something band. It has a red stripe. It's coloring out something. Then I found out it was for the couture, I guess for like fashion. The red runway or something. And then I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But then it was on the Jordan 1i. So then I was like, oh shit, they're using the couture red carpet runway as an X, because it has to do with Jordan. So then I was like, damn, dude, I have to get these shoes. I have to find a way. I seen them in the store. I passed up because I really didn't know too much about the stripe yet. Then when I had the opportunity to do research and figure out, like, I needed these really bad, they were no longer anywhere available. I happened to go to like a boutique in the city, and this guy had him on the shelf, and he must have had like freaking 5 pairs, and he had a bunch of shoes, and like some of them were just really expensive. So I just like I think I had like $200, maybe, or roughly a little bit more. And I was like, yo, how much do you want for these? And he was like, what size? And I was like, 11. And he was like, $100. And I was like, 100. I was like, okay. I was like, you have size 11? He's like, yeah. And I was just like, dude, $100? He's like, yeah, I don't really want those. I don't like those. I'm trying to get rid of those. I was like, bro, this guy don't even know what he's sitting on. So I picked him up. I was like, okay, thanks. I grabbed him, size 11, $100 in the box. So I get home. I'm like, dude, I scored. I came up on them. I didn't know if they were like real deal. I don't know if they were a fake version, or like some factory version. Cause the other version I only seen was in a store, like a sneaker store. Like popular sneaker stores, local sneaker stores, Foot Action, whatever as such, Champs, store like that. So then I went online again, did the research again, read about the stripe. So this stripe here is the color of the Ferrari that Jordan, he like adorns in the 14s. So you got the Ferrari red. That's where the red stripe comes from. Also, it's in this form throughout the shoe because it's like a red carpet sort of like look on the shoe, and it's like the couture color block for fashion in Paris. Also, these shoes were, I guess, when they released, if you've seen pairs floating around when they came out, they weren't like really, I can't say they weren't authentic, but it was impossible to have these because when these released on Nike, they said that they were sold out immediately. So like basically whoever had them. So when I seen them in that store, I was like, dude, there's no way that those were real. They were like either fake or they're like bootlegged, because they were sold out on Nike. As soon as this shoe came out, it said it was sold out. But the popular demand, they re-released pairs only in Paris. So like every other version you had seen or you'll see was a version from Paris, or like versions of Paris from Paris. So I believe this is probably a pair from Paris, straight from Paris. And then also another thing that I realized is this red line is like from the Jordan 3, the free throw threes, how it has the red line on the bottom. So yeah, this is a rare pair, and this shoe was supposedly banned by the NBA. This version right here, the original Air Jordan 1 high top by David Stern, where Jordan was getting fined like crazy money for wearing red and black. This is that version of that pair. And there's like, it's just a rumor because the high tops Jordan wore, I guess they say were actually, I think a little bit shorter, but an OG version. And it was also an AJ1 that he was wearing. It wasn't a Air Jordan 1, it was an AJ1. So that's this version, the AJ1, or the retro high ones. So that's that on that shoe, this tree on that shoe. This next shoe is like very popular, familiar. It's called the Jordan 8 Aqua, or the Bugs Bunny Retro 8 Hair, or Space Jam, or Bugs Bunny. This is the women's version. You got the yellow toe. You got the teal aqua colors. The Jordan 8. Jordan 8. I want to say this is like from like the Fusion 6 rings and the 8s retros. And then you have the Mars kind of look inside with the Do the Right Thing colorway or whatever. With the 8. This one's reflective. Has reflective. Without the light, it's just gray. It's just like a gray, silver gray. But you have basically the women's version. This shoe was like sold out. No, it wasn't sold out. But they had these for sale on Nike. The rumor was they're gonna come out with the Jordan 8 women's. But the thing is, like, you couldn't find this shoe because it wasn't in men's sizes. That was the thing. They said they were gonna release it in women's 8. They said like a Jordan 8 is gonna come out. It's gonna be called the Jordan 8 Aqua Women's. But when people were going to find it and buy it, they were asking for men's size, or Jordan Aqua 8 in men's size. But the version of this women's shoe was only coming out in women's sizes. So basically, like, you feel kind of like stupid going in, like, can I get the Jordan Aqua 8 in size 7? And they're like, we don't have them. We don't even have a fucking Aqua 8. Basically, it was like a women's size, so you would have to go and ask for size 12 if you wanted like 10 or 10 and a half. You would have to ask for like a women's sizes. So like, I got this size. I believe all the sizes were sold out on Nike. I got a size 12. And this is a size 10 and a half, I think. It's like my size. So yeah, that was how you got those. You had to pretty much buy them in women's, not in men's. But it is a women's Aqua in women's sizes for men's, which is weird. It's just kind of hard to understand. Oh, let's do these. So we'll get back to this video. So far we're at the 8s.